Hi everyone, my name is Taylor Thompson and I'm a PharmD MBA student. This is my presentation on the most memorable places that I have been. Traveling with my family and my friends make up many of the memories that I cherish. I'm excited to share my experiences because maybe one of you will visit these places someday too. Here I have provided a list of objectives that I'll go over today in this presentation. I'm going to go over the reasons I love traveling and share some of the most memorable places I have been, along with the reasons they were so memorable. I'll end the presentation with an inspirational quote that I think is very relevant to the topic of traveling. First up, I'm going to discuss the reasons that I love to travel. So, of course, this allows for me to have quality time with my family and friends that I wouldn't normally get in my everyday busy schedule. It's really an escape from my everyday responsibilities and allows for a stress-free environment. It's also time to explore new places and time to have fun. First on my list is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Myrtle Beach has a special place in my heart because I went here growing up every summer with my dad. We have a tradition where we try to eat at all of our favorite restaurants in 7 days. It's actually quite a challenge. I have some great memories here with my father. Up next on the list is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh really feels like home to me because it's not very far from where I live. I have a lot of great memories in Pittsburgh. On the top right is a picture from my senior prom that we had at the Lamont Hotel. I also enjoy going to PNC Park, which has been called America's most beautiful ballpark. Next on my list is Bavaro, Dominican Republic. I traveled here about 2 years ago. It's actually near Punta Cana, which is more commonly known by travelers. Bavaro has clear water beaches and beautiful sunsets. These pictures I actually took when I was there, and in the top left is a picture of my mom and I. Here we have Seattle, Washington. My favorite memories about Seattle were the Seattle Great Wheel, the Space Needle, which I'm actually standing at the top of in the picture there on the bottom. But my favorite thing about Seattle was the Pike Place Market. They had all kinds of fresh fruit and produce. Pictured is an ostrich egg that was on sale at the market. Up next, we have Negril, Jamaica. My favorite memories from Negril were Rick's Cafe, pictured on the top left. People cliff dive off of those cliffs into the ocean. The snorkeling was beautiful and the reefs were so colorful. And lastly, the cuisine was fantastic. I ate so many new foods that I had never tried before. Here we have Manhattan, New York City. My favorite memories from Manhattan were definitely ice skating in Rockefeller Center during Christmas time. The Christmas tree is absolutely beautiful, and all of the holiday decorations around the city made it really memorable. I also remember the subway because I had never seen anything like it. Up next, we have Key West, Florida. My favorite part about going to Key West was definitely visiting the southernmost point in the United States. It was crazy to think that I was standing on the very edge of the U.S. Something funny about Key West is that there's actually chickens roaming all around the city. They're pretty funny to look at. Up next is Tybee Island, Georgia. Tybee Island is a beach near Savannah, Georgia. This vacation was really special to me because I had the opportunity to go with my grandmother. She's 95 years old, and she always said that she wanted Tybee Island to be her last vacation. But she's still kicking, so hopefully we can go again soon. Up next, we have Miami, Florida. Miami is an extremely popular tourist location. My favorite part was definitely the Port of Miami, because I love to watch all of the ships come in and out of the port. I actually took both of these photos on the slide, and the top photo is a picture of my friend and I on a Carnival cruise ship in the port. Here we have St. Michael's, Maryland. St. Michael's is a small historic town on the eastern shore. There are a variety of shops and restaurants that are all locally owned. Additionally, St. Michael's is right on the water, so there are a lot of boats and it's a really beachy environment. Pictured is a group of my friends in St. Michael's. Next, we have Nashville, Tennessee. I absolutely loved Nashville. I'm a huge country music fan, and I got to go to both Jason Aldean and Dirk Bentley's bars. But my favorite part about Nashville was definitely the southern cooking. If you go to Nashville, I highly recommend the Nashville hot chicken and mac and cheese. Up next, we have Las Vegas, Nevada. I absolutely love to go to Las Vegas. The atmosphere, the bright lights, the big fountain, it's all so exciting. About 3 years ago, I actually attended a traditional Las Vegas wedding. Pictured above is my cousin and her new husband that were wed in Vegas. Up next is Atlantic City, New Jersey. I strategically placed this after Las Vegas because I like to think of it as a mini Vegas. Pictured there is the Caesars Palace, which they also have in Las Vegas. On the bottom is a picture of the Hard Rock Hotel. It was recently renovated and it looks absolutely beautiful. Here we have Cozumel, Mexico. Cozumel was really memorable for me because it was my first time ever being in Mexico. It was extremely beautiful and the water was completely clear. My favorite part about Cozumel was I was there around Christmas time, and pictured above is the Christmas tree that they had up in the middle of the town. Up next, we have Cincinnati, Ohio. While Cincinnati may not sound very exciting, I think it's an extremely beautiful city. The Holy Cross Monastery and Church in Mount Adams is pictured there on the right. I had the opportunity to eat dinner there. It's actually an old church that is now open to brides and grooms as a wedding venue. Lastly, we have Niagara Falls. If you plan to travel to Niagara Falls, I highly recommend taking the boat ride, pictured there on the top. I also recommend the journey behind the falls, which is pictured on the bottom. I remember as a little girl getting to put on that poncho and walking underneath a huge waterfall. It was amazing. I'd like to end the presentation with a quote from Dr. Seuss. The quote reads, "You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way." To me, this quote means that there's a whole world out there that needs to be explored. Thanks for listening to some of my favorite places and my favorite memories.